guys, my name is Rachel Smith. This is my first ever YouTube video, and starting this YouTube channel was a big deal for me. I know a lot of people were coming to me telling me, how do I do this or how do I do this with crochet? So I thought to myself, why don't I actually go on YouTube and teach people the absolute bottom line fundamentals of what you need before you start crocheting. The first thing you're ever going to need is something called a crochet hook. Now, crochet hooks come in different sizes, different colors, different types, different brands, make all these different things. We'll get into that later. But number one, crochet hooks. Okay? Second thing you're ever going to need are scissors. Scissors are a very fundamental part of crocheting. You don't want to keep going and going and going and going with the same project. You have to cut the yarn. Okay? Which brings me to number 3, which will be yarn. Yarn is a huge, the most important, vital part of crocheting. There are so many different types of yarn that we'll get into later. So, those are the 3 top things you're ever going to need while crocheting. And I'm going to tell you 2 more things that make crocheting a little bit, just a little bit easier. Number 4 is a yarn needle. A yarn needle takes the excess yarn from changing colors or the excess strips and waves them back into the project. Number 5 is called a stitch counter. So what you do is every 25, 50, however many stitches that you have, you take these things and you lock them onto the stitch. So that way it's easier counting when you're done with the whole project. So we're going to go back to crochet hooks. What I have on hand right now are bamboo and aluminum. This is bamboo. The reason that I love bamboo hooks so much is because they're light, they're not so bad on your wrists, and then comes aluminum. Aluminum is sturdy and they last forever, I promise you. Hooks come in multiple different sizes. I can show you right here. This is a 3mm hook. It's so tiny, it's for little tiny yarn and little tiny stitches. It's actually very beautiful when you learn how to really work with them. And then it goes all the way up, let me see if I can find it, to a 10mm hook. This is for your heavier yarns, your weights, like 6, 7, all of that. It can also be used for bigger stitches if you have smaller weighted yarn. 2 different types of crochet needles are the tampered and incline. Incline has a sharper hook, tampered has a more curved. Alright, I'm going to show you yarn. Okay, the first one I'm going to show you is a simple, not very expensive yarn, easy to find. It's called the Red Heart Super Saver. This is glowworm. I'll come out with a video later that shows you how to soften this type of yarn so you can use it for blankets, scarves, all of that different good stuff. The next one I'm going to use Karen. This is Simply Soft. This is very soft yarn. This you can use for hats, blankets, scarves, everything you want. It's amazing. If you want to start making blankets and you want to do something for a baby blanket or, you know, something really soft, Bernat is a very good brand. This is Bernat Sport. Another one that Bernat came out with is Pipsqueak. This is a very fun yarn to work with, and this is beautiful for a baby blanket. Now comes the fun one, the peacock colored. This is my favorite yarn right now. It's harder to work with because it's fuzzy, but it's very small. If you want to make a blanket, I would say use about 2 of these. Now coming into big, not throws, but big blankets, Lion brand comes out with a yarn. It's a pound. It is a huge, bigger than your face, you know, thing of yarn. So much fun to work with. I'm going to show you different projects that I've made and what you can do with crocheting. This is one that I made last year. It is a blue rose. Using these, you sew through and it makes the rose gorgeous. Another project I'm doing right now, this is a blanket. This is only one part. It's very long. 1 out of 18 of these that I'm making. And you take these and you sew them onto each other and it makes a king-sized bed blanket. For people that love sports or love the winter and love beanies, this is the one I made. It is an Alabama Crimson Tide Mohawk beanie. I'm going to put a picture up here for you guys so it's so much easier to see. There are so many things that you can make by crocheting them. It's a very amazing art once you know how to do it. You can find all of these things at multiple different stores: Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's. I will link everything in the description below: Walmart online, Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, all of their crocheting things that you need. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, like this video, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, subscribe, like the video. Thank you so much.
She is always in my corner, right there when I wanna. All these other girls are tempting, but I'm empty when you're gone, they say.